Afternoon, peeps. Good afternoon, everyone. How are we all doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vids. What a weekend of boxing we've got coming up. Fights all over the globe. We've got fights in the US, fights in the UK, fights in Australia, fights in Africa. Just made the African one up, but there probably is a fight card in Africa. But look, so much good boxing coming up in the next couple of days. I am working on a DAZN show myself in Sheffield on Saturday. So I'm going to miss, unfortunately, the Claressa Shields card live. I'm going to try not to know the result, get back to my hotel. It's going to be impossible, innit? But get back to my hotel and watch it. But we'll see. You know what fight card is almost being forgotten a little bit? Not a lot, but a little bit. And it really shouldn't be. It's an undisputed fight. And that's Haney versus George Kambosos. Being forgotten. And this is, I guess, for two reasons. It's being forgotten because, A, there's maybe three reasons. A, because there's so much boxing on. That's one. Two, because we saw it a few months ago and I think people don't think it's going to be anything different than the first time. In fact, Haney might win it even more comfortably. And three, and this might be the biggest reason, George Kambosos isn't really pushing it like he did when he was champ. Like when he was champ, he was literally everywhere pushing it. Remember, I think he even changed his nickname from Ferocious George Kambosos to the Emperor. He's now come out and said, look, I'm going to go back to being ferocious, but he hasn't really sold the fight as much. Maybe he did a bit of that too much last time and he's tried to rein it in. But yeah, that I feel like is being forgotten. I think the one fight card that has stolen the weekend, and we're going to focus on this one, and that's the Savannah Marshall-Claressa Shields fight. Or should I say Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall, and then Baumgardner versus Maya. I mean, wow. I cannot wait for this fight card. I feel like I'm even more hyped now than I was, 4 weeks ago when it got postponed. I feel like I'm even more hyped. It's crazy the level of promotion that all four ladies have done for this. I think, even when you think of Savannah Marshall, look, Claressa Shields is the one that's antagonized Savannah, but Savannah, who's naturally quite quiet, has started to come out of her shadow, I think, a bit more. She's now talking a bit, Savannah, so that's fantastic. But for me, the co-main, oh my God. I mean, you know, I was thinking about this, and look, rack your brains on this one. I think it's been a long time since I've been excited about the main as I am the co-main. Like normally it's the main, isn't it? It's the main and then co-main's pretty decent and then the rest is whatever. But I can't think of a fight card where I'm as excited for the main as I am for the co-main. I'm excited for both, and that's quite rare. So yeah, look, congratulations to Boxer and Sky. I think they've hit jackpot with this one. I think the O2 is pretty much sold out. I looked yesterday, there's a few sort of seats dotted around that you can buy, but it pretty much is a sellout. And if it isn't a sellout now, I think it will be by tomorrow. I think Baumgardner, yeah. I mean, I'm going to try and stay professional here. I'm a broadcaster now. But Baumgardner is just insane. Like, she's incredible, isn't she? Let's be honest, she's incredible. I mean, and she's in shape. And I tweeted about this. Like, the shape, like, you know, most boxers will be in shape, especially when you have to make weight. And you're going to most definitely be in some form of good shape. But she's in shape. Like, she looks in incredible shape. Like, I was trying to think, the last person that I was really like, oh my God, that person is in shape, was, I think, David Haye at cruiserweight. Look, again, most boxers are in shape. You're going to see abs, you're going to see tricep, biceps. But when they take it to another level, I think David Haye, go and look at David Haye when he weighed in to fight Enzo Maccarinelli. That was insane. And she's that. She's in incredible shape. And this fight has everything you could want. Honestly, the beef between these two ladies, I don't even know where it stems from. Well, I kind of know a little bit. I spoke to Baumgardner, and I think when ALYCIA Baumgardner didn't have a title, it's just the way it works, isn't it? When ALYCIA Baumgardner didn't have a title, MIKAELA Maya did. Baumgardner was calling out Maya. Maya obviously was thinking, well, I don't want to fight you because you've not got a title. I want to fight the champions. And as soon as Baumgardner got the belt, that's when Maya then called her out. But Baumgardner was like, no, I want to fight Choi. I tried to call you out before. You didn't want to fight me. It's really childish, but that's where it stems from. But look, I think that fight could expect anything. Honestly, expect anything. Maya's really tough. You go and watch her fight against, was it Hamadouche? Literally where they just go to war. Maya's definitely the better. Is she the better boxer? Technically, she's the better boxer. Remember, she's the one that went to the Olympics. She's fought for Team US for a number of years. But I like the way in which Baumgardner sets her shots up. Really light on the feet, very, very powerful. Obviously, everyone will reference Terry Harper knockout. She's got power. There's no two ways about it. She can hit. So that fight there, anything could happen. Honestly, Maya could knock out Baumgardner. Baumgardner could knock out Maya. I think the sensible money is on Maya points, Baumgardner knockout. But look, it's only 2-minute rounds. 10 2-minute rounds. Anything can happen in that short space of time. As for the main event, then fuck me, anything can happen. In that one, I mean, again, this is what I'm trying to say. I can't remember a main and a co-main with this much heat. I can't remember it. I mean, I'm sure someone's going to tell me a fight card, but again, it couldn't have been that good that I can't remember. But Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall, I've gone back and forth on this one, and I'm going to sort of stick with my initial prediction, and that's that Claressa Shields outboxes Savannah and wins by maybe 3 or 4 rounds. But it's going to be danger throughout. It's going to be danger throughout. We all know Savannah can hit. She can. She's a big girl as well. That punch power isn't a joke. She can clearly hit. And although I think Claressa has punch power, it ain't nothing like that. I think Claressa's got punch power where you respect it. If she hits you, you know you've been hit, but it's nothing like Savannah's. But I think Claressa, as much as she talks a lot, she's ready. I think she's tuned in. She's mentally ready for this one. And I actually do think that the little break that they've all had, that little month break, I think gives them time to go back home, press the reset button, reassess your strategy, maybe look at a bit more tape. And I think it could have helped. It could have helped everyone, but I particularly think it might help Claressa as well. I really do. I think Claressa's going to put on a really good performance. But it's almost a bit like the Wilder Fury thing. At any time, Savannah could knock her out. At any time. So, look, Claressa might have to get up off her ass. She might have to be wary. She might feel the power early and think, okay, we need to maybe make some adjustments here. She might. Or she might just go for it. I mean, I wouldn't say Claressa hasn't got a chin. I know she's been put down, but I don't think she's not got a chin. But we'll see. Look, we'll see how it plays out. But look, I can't wait. Obviously, some other ladies on the undercard as well. Lauren Price is on the undercard. Caroline Dubois is on the undercard. It really is a fantastic fight night. And trust me, if I wasn't working for DAZN, I'd be there. I'd be there, or I'd do a live watch along. Honestly, I cannot wait for this. And I think that goes to show the growth of female boxing. I mean, look, I've watched MIKAELA Maia fight before, Baumgardner, Shields, Savannah Marshall, and I've been interested in their fights, but nothing like this. I mean, the only, where I was very, very interested in a female fight was obviously Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. And what I mean by very, very interested, I don't mean to be rude when I say that, because there are many male fights that I'm not very interested in. But those 3 fights, so Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, these 2 have piqued my interest like an elite top of the draw men fight. So it's exactly the same for me as that. And that's good for boxing. And I think the other thing that's really good as well, especially in the weight class that ALYCIA and MIKAELA are fighting in, which is super feather, there's so many fights for them. So many fights in and around there. And if you see the way Terry Harper went up as well, who was I speaking to? I think it might have been Baumgardner, where she said it is easier for ladies to do those jumps just because the depth isn't there. So, look, big fights in the future for everyone, honestly, but I can't wait for it. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic fight card. Really is. And everyone should be looking forward to that one. All right, let's quickly see if there is any news. Mayweather versus Deji. How weird is this? I don't know what is going on. But Mayweather versus Deji is on DAZN pay-per-view. I am literally making a play to be out there. I'm going to Abu Dhabi the week before. I'm presenting the show, which I've just been informed of, which is good, thank you. I'm presenting the show for Dimitri Bivol Ramirez. And I think the Mayweather Deji card's a week later. So hopefully I just stay out there. And then from there, I'm going to San Antonio, Texas for Hasim Rahman, Victor Belfort. So it's going to be very busy. Vitor Belfort, sorry. It's going to be very busy. But hopefully, the main thing for me, it's weird. We got Dimitri Bivol, which is like a really big card. Zelfa Barrett's on there against Rakhimov. All I want to do, though, is I want to be at a Mayweather-Deji fight just because I'll probably interview Mayweather. And I remember writing, I'm trying to look for the book like it's over there, it's not. But I remember writing something a few years back, like, you know, dream to interview. And I think I probably said AJ, definitely said Floyd, probably said Eddie, Dana White. There was a few. So we're ticking those boxes now. But Floyd would be a dream to interview Floyd. And if I'm covering the event, which I hope I am, then I guess that's going to happen. Crazy, yeah? Life's crazy. Quick one. Yeah, a bit more about Zelfa Barrett, obviously fighting Rakhimov. It will be for the IBF title that Joe Cordina was stripped of, but Joe Cordina will fight the winner. So if you're Eddie, you're praying that Zelfa can get the job done. Won't be easy, though. Rakhimov's a very, very good fighter. Bill Haney, what excuses will George Kambosos have on the 16th? None. I don't think, even after the fight, I don't think George had that many excuses. Look, he had a rematch clause. Why wouldn't you exercise that? It's not like you got knocked down or knocked out. You take it. You roll the dice and go again. That's what you've got to do. Malik Scott expects very dangerous Helenius. Wilder brings the best out of his opponents. I'm going to do a separate video on that. I don't know which one you're watching first, but I'm going to do a video on Deontay Wilder. So I'm not even going to mention anything now. Father of Ryan Garcia says Gervonta Davis clash is going to be next. Interesting. I hope so. I mean, for the sake of both, I really hope so. I guess what they're ironing out now is what broadcaster takes the fight. Or maybe it's a split one. Is it big enough to be a split? I don't know, a split pay-per-view. But if you're DAZN, Ryan Garcia is your, or just after Canelo, is your American star. You don't want to see your American star in the biggest fight of his career on another platform. So hopefully they can do some sort of joint deal there. Again, the reason I'm saying that and putting it out there is because that likely means I'll be going out there, which will be incredible. All right, anything else? Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney will outbox Lomachenko. He's faster, taller, longer. Man, they are sleeping on Loma. They are sleeping on Loma. It's weird though. I always, in boxing, it's sad to see, like Lomachenko, peak Loma, Devin's not getting near. I know people rate Devin a lot, but he's not getting near peak Loma for me. This Loma, a few years sort of past that, injuries, long layoff. I guess you never know, but it's a shame that we're not seeing peak Loma versus these guys. Maybe not even, because that would have been a bit unfair to them, but even when they were on the ascendancy, like if Loma fought them a couple of years ago, they were still very, very good, weren't they? They wasn't like they were kids. But now they probably got a chance. I will end on this one. Inoue Butler, undisputed clash to land at Ariake Arena in Tokyo. Good luck. Honestly, that's, yeah, good luck to that one. Good luck. There seems to be, he seems to be a lot more going on with this Conor Benn situation. Conor Benn has put up a couple of Instagram posts in the last few days saying, I think one of them was, I'm going to paraphrase it now, but something along the lines of, I hope the apology is as big as sort of the loud noise from everyone else. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Eddie, I think, released a statement or done an interview with Boxing Social saying, you know, there is some more information that needs to come out. We wait and see. We wait and see because there's been so much about this. Obviously, Chris Eubank Sr. went on TalkSport talking about it, like they tried to kill my son. And he wasn't really referring to the drug test. He was more talking about the weight cut, 157 pounds, but obviously you chuck on the drug test as well. So look, there's so much going on and we wait, like everyone else, to hear what Team Benn's going to have to say, what the lawyers are going to say, and then I guess we can make up our mind. Right now, unfortunately, when it comes to PEDs in sports, you are guilty until proven innocent. It isn't innocent until proven guilty. It's not. It's completely the other way. Like, you're guilty. Like right now, people are saying Conor Benn's guilty and he needs to prove to us And that's the most important people, by the way. We are the most important people. But he needs to prove to us that he is innocent, and then hopefully we can start to rebuild his career. But right now it doesn't look good. But again, going on his social media post, and that's all he said recently, he seems to know something we don't with regards to maybe some good news for him. All right, boys and girls, peace and love.